Okay, I'm going to start recording. Okay, here we are back at it. It's Antonio and Murphy, and we are hacking some more on the Reason Language server. We left you last at a cliffhanger where we were in the abstract none case, trying to figure out how to autocomplete values for ad hoc record types, or object types, rather. And I will show you what I mean by that. So here we have a type of person obj. And down here, I've got a person obj assigned, but I do not have the type explicitly assigned to the variable Gandalf. So down here, I want to be able to say Gandalf hash hash, and then I want to be able to get the shape of that, the shape of the object. But and we can get that if we hover over it. We see which fields are available, age and surname. But we're not able to find that in the autocomplete yet. Yeah, we're not able to do that yet. Actually, I was just thinking that we had found it because of this log down here, but that was for the hover. We hover it over it, that logs out. So that proves that the hover is able to get those fields, but our autocomplete is still not able to get those fields.
Yeah, this is a little unfortunate. I think we should, retrace our steps and see, or I guess first of all, how hover gets the actual like type.
Yeah.
Because I think it gets a type that we haven't seen.
Okay. So here's that log that we had. So I just installed a VS Code plugin for putting bookmarks in here because I've been kind of lost in this project. So I'm going to add.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
For hover, what is this? Yeah, hover text. So then when we want to, we'll be able to pop open and go between these.
Sounds great.
Pretty sweet. All right. So what we have here is this type TYP. Oh, someone's talking to me on Discord. Oh, it still thinks I'm live. I wonder why. I wonder why. Maybe it'll just be live all night. I was trying to live stream earlier using the live streaming tool, and it was failing. So I'll have to go check that later. Okay. Yeah, Zoom might actually limit our call to 40 minutes before I have to start a new one anyway, because I'm on the free plan. Okay, so here we go. So here
I have a corporate plan, so
I do you? Awesome.
Maybe set up one. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Even if not, we can always stop and break these videos into 40-minute segments is probably a good idea anyway. Okay. So what we have here is contents. Name is text, contents type. So this is getting returned from dig constructor.
Yeah, but I think the thing that's giving us the get type is T on line 95. Excuse me.
95. So that T right there is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Type dot. So hold on a sec, because we have the type string. Yeah. Because TYP is full, right?
Yeah, because we have TYP on the other one as well.
Yes.
And I think that's just saying or like full is saying type T of A, and then type string is saying just T of H, and surname string.
That's right.
I'd love to, yeah. And so how do we get it typed?
So dig constructor is not returning us the full thing, is what we're saying, right?
Yep.
What we are getting is a typed T out of here somewhere.
Indeed.
Which is what
and I'd love to know how we get that.
Switch loc. Oh, we're getting a loc.
Yeah, but like, where does that come from? And what even is a loc.t?
It comes from shared types right here.
And do we have one? I mean, I guess that's
is there one available is what you're saying in there, right?
For Gandalf.
Right. Typed to string. So a loc has this type typed. Nice. Names are hard, right? Type and type T. What is the difference between them? Oh, he couldn't do inline records, I guess. So this is like type T, it has a type typed with a flexible type and typed. And I don't know what the difference is between a flexible type and typed. Local reference, global reference, not found, and a definition. Okay, so there's a lot that I have to learn here.
Yeah, eventually we want to do type to string.
That right there.
Yeah. or call it on the hover thing. But
well, see, what's really interesting here is it doesn't do local, does it? It's not.
Right, that's what I mean, because we're not calling type toString. We're calling, I think.
We're calling flexible type .toString.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so yeah, so we want to know, do we have a loc, right? Because there's not much else we can do with loc. I'm gonna bookmark.
Yeah, do we have a loc in the Gandalf port somewhere? Yeah, where or what was it on the abstract side?
Yeah, so that would be over. Good thing I have bookmarks, huh? That's a whip right here. So do we have a loc here? Is there any way to get a loc? Well, let's just start. Let's go up to
yeah.
Here.
So maybe check
start
type, right? TYP, and like check contents and like the definition for that type again is what I would.
You said start looking through TYP.
Yeah. So our TYP, we're saying like TYP.contents.kind. Like, is there any point if do we have my question is, do we have a loc at any point in TYP?
Okay, let's see. So let's start looking at TYP. So there's name is a location.loc, but this is different because a location.loc is different from a loc.
Yeah, it's not a share types.loc.
Yeah, which is also an unfortunate naming conflict.
Indeed.
Contents just has location. Kind has just location and a flexible type. So if you're watching and getting excited, we were looking before at kind.params and getting those flexible types, but they do not contain what we need. Those flexible types just show that it's a parameterized T of A instead of what we need. So how do we get a loc from here, right? Let's go back to the hover. How did they get a loc? Switch loc. Oh, great. That gets passed into new hover.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So that's weird. So my question, my next question, I guess, is, did we ever have a loc and we threw it away in favor of our like TYP?
Yeah,
that could also be a possibility.
Like, is there in an outer scope? Is there a loc or something? Because if we go to get, there is no loc, but I think it's possible to get a loc from a position, if I'm remembering from my other code. But let's go to hover, and let's see who calls new hover. Hover.new hover. Oh, let's test hover. Hover, analyze new hover. New message handlers. Okay, here we go. So we get the loc from references.loc for position, and that's got an extra.
There you go, and you have a position.
But do we have an extra?
Then, yeah, can we get an extra?
Can we get?
Maybe we can, right? File for URI gives you an extra, maybe.
Okay, well, let's see.
No one knows.
So references.loc for pause is what we want.
Oh, actually, wait. Something came up at work, and I gotta hop into another call. But I'll join back. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. It'll give us a.
Can you kick me, or how do I?
I think you could just leave the call, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see you soon.
I'll be back. Okay.
Great. Okay, so references.loc for position will give us a. What were we looking for? We were looking for a flexible type. Oh, we'll give us a shared types.loc if we pass it a pause and an extra. Where do we get an extra? We've already got a pause. Okay, let's go look inside of message handlers. We want to look inside of whip. Okay, this is where, and I don't think there's anyone else on the call, right? No, there's not. Just streaming blackness. Okay. So, okay. Let's see if we can get a loc in here somehow. Up top, at the very top of the file, we don't have any extra. Okay, so how do we make an extra? We have a pause and we need an extra. So how do they get their extra here? State file for URI will give us a file and extra. So they've got a file and an extra. Oh, look, full has extra on it. I think we might have it. So it is full and pause. So now if we go down here to where we were working, maybe we can say, let loc equal, let's go to our notes, references dot loc, look for pause. Wonder why I don't get autocomplete there. We need a lot of help here. Extra equals full dot extra. And then the pause. That's all we need, I think. So that gives us as an option. Okay. Okay. So we're going to switch the lock, switch loc, and it's an option. So if we get a none, then we'll just return none. We'll be like, hey, just for the sake of help, log.log. We couldn't, AAA, for our grepping, we tried to get fields, but couldn't find them. Okay, and then we'll return none. And then if it's a sum of tuple of flexible type, flexible and loc, I think. Isn't that what we're working with here? My hover went away, so I've got to comment out that. Oh, it's not a flexible type. It's a location.t and a shared types.loc.t. Okay. So I'm going to ignore the location, but this is the loc that I wanted. And now we do have I think that there is a function inside of shared types.loc. Let's see. Shared types loc typed to string. Type T, typed to string. We can pass in a T. No, typed. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have to switch on our loc then, and we have to see if it's typed. And let's hope that it is. Whew. Okay, we're going to switch again. Switch on loc. And in the case of typed, this is when we would have a flexible type typed. And if then any other case, we're going to say, hey, tried to get fields, but it wasn't a typed, whatever that means, because I don't really know what that means. And then we'll return none there. And up here, this is where we do have something we can use. So we're going to say log.log format dot sprintf format. Oh yeah, this is, I'm not thinking very well tonight. We got it. %s a, and here's where we pass in. We got our flexible type, flexible.toString. That should work. None, because we don't have anything to actually do yet. This expression should have type unit, it says. Why? Oh no, wait, what? switch loc. If it's a none, what did we do wrong here? Oh, it's because all we're doing is logging, really, this whole time. There, now we're okay. All right, who's ready to see if this works? Here we go. Let's clear our text down here. We tried to get the fields, but we couldn't find them, it says. Interesting. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I was hoping it would work. Probably because I was at a hash, huh? Oh. So it can find Gandalf. I wonder if I back up, if I back the position up just 2 characters, will I be able to get the field? That is a question I have. So let's go to where we were working before. Oh, here. Yeah, this is where we were working. So were we passing that pause? A pause is just an int. I'm guessing that that's line number and then column. So what if we did pause and we did pause first and pause second -2? Just as a wild, crazy idea. No, we still couldn't find them. Return the first component of a pair. Pause second -2. I wonder what that actually is. That if we did that. So that means that it doesn't get back any loc at all. Couldn't find a loc for that position. Local references for loc. Loc for pause. References. Let's see. Loc for locations. Loc for pause. Check pause. Maybe log, share types. Local references, defined for loc, alternate, declared. I'm just looking for anything else that could possibly give us a loc. Definition for pause. Okay, so loc. Let's just look through loc for pause and see what it does. So it goes extra.locations. I hope our extra is right. Utils.find loc_l, check pause. Interesting. Check position, int, loc. Extra.locations, utils.find. That's an optional list.find. Okay. And then they pass in. Okay, locations. Share types.extra. Extra. Extra is a list. Interesting. It's a list of location and loc. Huh. Locations as a list. These are the bits of info that we need to make in-app stuff awesome. This is the open location, like the location, or maybe the location of the open ident, maybe. These comments aren't super helpful. Opens. There are opens there. Okay, so string list of. So locations, we have a location and a loc, right? So basically all this is doing is it's saying loc for pause. So we get the utils.find loc_l. That's actually the location and the loc, which is a little bit confusing. And check pause, we pass in the pause and the location. And so this obviously is not passing. Check pause, line character, location dot location start, location end. And so if that check pause passes, interesting. So what we're doing is we're going through the list of basically lokes that are in the file. And if our position matches one of those lokes, then we get it back. So we can actually do a little bit of debugging here because we can log the pause that's coming in and we can log the loke and we can see if we're anywhere close. So let's say log.log format.sprintf, and we're going to say the pause we're looking for is %d, and then I'll log the pause first and the pause second, and then I'll say the loke we're looking at is, and check for loke does, you know, I don't know that we can easily figure this out. Let's see. Lexing. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. If line is less than position line number, or line is equal to position line number, and char is less than cnum, pause cnum. Okay. Oh, okay. So location dot loke start type T. That's a lexing dot position. Whew. Check pause. Line char. Location start. Oh, we're doing a pattern match here. And we're extracting the position line number, the position BOL, I don't know what that is, and the position character number. These are all integers, so that's good. So let's take that log and actually drop it up here. So let's paste that in, paste that there. And here we're going to say the loke we're looking at is pause lnum equals d, pause ball equal, I don't know what the BOL is, pause cnum equals %d, and that's where we say pause lnum, pause BOL, and pause cnum. Okay, well, that should give us something interesting to look at. Did it reload, or is there an error? There, reloaded. Okay, everybody, buckle your seatbelts. Oh no, we didn't do A's. Oh, I gotta do some A's in there so our grep works. Otherwise, we're just gonna get lost in a sea of logs. Okay. Did it restart? Is it restarting? There we go. Did you see that? That was crazy. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we tried to get the fields, but we couldn't find them. So let's see. Okay, the pause we're looking for is 1514, which is interesting because that must be 0 based or something, because the lines in my editor say line 16 and the column is line 17, or column is 17, which would have been 17 minus 2 is 15, minus 1 is 14, because we tried to subtract 2. Okay, so here we're going through and we do have a bunch of information about the different lokes we're looking at. But look at these. The line numbers don't match up. I mean, okay, so what's BOL? 4, 44, 53. I don't know what that means, the BOL. But we're looking for 15, 14, and we get some line numbers here Line numbers 13, 9, 8, 7, 1, 13, 12. There's none that's 15. So there's not even a line for our loc. I wonder if we can see anything about the locs that we're getting here. This extra has a loc. And let's see if we can go to shared types and implement a loc to string. Loc typed to string. Sometimes he says show t, and sometimes he doesn't. So t to string. T to string equals t. Switch t. And if it's a typed flexible and t, then we're going to say flex.toString. And if it's a constant, then we're just going to say like some constant, because I don't know if we can print the AST types.constant. Module t, and then I'll do t typed to string, and top level module s. Oh, I should do this though. Formats dot, or format dot s print f module %s, like that. And then v $. TYPS. Yeah. Okay, top level module. And type definition. Yeah. Type definition is a flexible declaration and whatever. And I'm just going to say type definition. Okay. Oh, my screen keeps doing weird stuff. Explanation S. So we're going to go over here and say explanation S. And I don't know what that whole T to S is thing. That's just, it's just old-fashioned wrongness. There we go. Okay, explanation. And if it's an open, then I'm just going to say open. Hey, that's good. So now let's go to references. Okay. Okie doke. Okie doke. So the pause, we know the pause we're looking for, and the loc we're looking at is %s. And this is where we say location.loc_. Oh, this is inside of check pause, huh? So we don't want to do that. We want to undo that because we don't have the loc in here. So down here is where we want to do that because we do have a loc. And so, well, the loc above is, no. We don't have a, it's so confusing. We have a location up there, but we don't have a loc. So down here we say the loc we're looking at, and this is the location we're looking at. Okay, so the loc we're looking for is is %s, and that is going to be L shared types .loc.t2 string. Okay. Maybe this will give us some more insight into what's going on. Okay, boom. What just happened? Nothing? Did anything happen? Completing for string Gandalf. Well, that's not what I'd hoped for. It seems like we lost all of our logs all of a sudden. I'm sorry if you can hear me breathing. Ooh. Okay, so here we are. I added 2 logs. I just saved the file just to be sure we can easy again. It should reload. Maybe I got into one of those weird states where I have to clean. rmbin.exe clean easy bdoon clean, and then easy again. Alrighty, so we've compiled, and now let's reload that window. Let's reload this window. We should see some messaging pop up. Oh, not found, because I've got to symlink it. Oh, symlink, easy symlink. Reload that window again. Reload this window again. Oh, that one's good. Reload that window. Okay. Now let's try it. Where did our logs go? What happened? This is inside of references. Loc for pause. We were totally getting these before. Don't you remember? I remember. Looking for Gandalf. Type is abstract. We tried to get fields, but we couldn't find them. Okay, so why? Why aren't we getting in here now? Right, so we're calling loc for position. We are calling it. So abstract none. Let's add a new. Oh, you know what? None of these have A's on them. That is so silly. That's what was going on. And if one of you were pairing with me, I could have caught that, but now you aren't. Okay. All right, now we're going to get it. We're going to get it now. Ready? Control space. Okay. We tried to get fields, but couldn't find them. So going back here. Okay. The location we're looking at is line 12. The loc we're looking at is person. Okay, this is really interesting. So the loc we're looking at is person, and the location for person is line number 12. Yeah, this doesn't line up at all. BOL is 113. CNM is 117. Yeah, so this must be some different, like maybe this is a location in the AST or something like that. No, these don't match up at all. The pause we're looking for is this. The location we're looking at is, okay. Okay, so look, though, this is interesting because we're right here. So as long as we can find this location, that's what we need. We need JST agent surname string. So why is the loc correct? Or why is the pause correct for hover, and it's not correct for our autocomplete? Let's see. If we hover over Gandalf, for example, right? The location we're looking at is, all right, clear that. Oh, this is too much. the loc we're looking at, the location we're looking at is this. I think that these functions probably get called quite a bit, but the pos we're looking for is 13 and 10. The loc we're looking at is JST age, and the line number is 13, and the position is 157, the BOL, and the column number is 161. So let's go look at that logic a little closer, because obviously these line numbers are not matching up. So instead of loc for position, check pos. Let's read through this a little bit. Okay, lexing dot if line is less than the position line number, or line is equal to position line number, and what's the order of operations here, I wonder? And char is less than the column number minus the position BOL. False. Else, if line is greater than location end, pos, loc end dot pos line num, or line is equal to pos line num, and char is greater than the column number minus the position BOL. False. Else true. What is this position BOL? Oh, look at this. Position, a value of type position describes a point in a source file. Fname is the file name. Lnum is line number. Oh, BOL is the offset of the beginning of the line. The number of characters between the beginning of the lex buff and the beginning of the line. Interesting. Position CNum is the offset of the position. Number of characters between the beginning of the lex buff and the position. The difference between position CNum and position BOL is the character offset within the line, i.e. the column number, assuming each character is one column wide. Okay. So that means that down here, when we were looking at this, we were looking for 15, 15. Oh no, that's all wrong again. So we're gonna go back here and hover over Gandalf. Okay. So the loc that we were looking for 13, column 7. And in fact, if I clicked here in my editor, you'd see that that's line 13, column 5. Right? Line 13, column 5 is where my cursor is. And oh, okay. And then in the editor, it's saying it's looking for line 13, column 4. So I'm guessing it's 0 index, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm hovering over the wrong character or something. Line 13, column 5. In any case, line 13, column 5 does say that the location that we're looking at is JST of age. Okay. And that is line 13. And the 161 minus 157 is 4. So that does match up. So the actual line number in my source file is matching up when I hover. But if I have my cursor down here, it says that it's looking for position 16, 18, 16, column 20. Interesting. So I wonder why it's, what am I hovering? Is this happening when I hover? Yes. So 16, 14, we can see here. So hovering over this first area is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it is 0 indexed, but the line number is not 0 indexed. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, Discord. Hey, there's Ann. Antonio Montero. No problem. Thanks. All right. So I think I'm starting to make progress myself here anyway. All right. So now okay. So the pos we're looking for is 16, 18, and the loc we're looking at is person. The location we're looking at is 12, 113, 117. So line 12. That's really interesting. So person, oh, so the loc is going to be of type. Okay, so in my loc to string, I forgot to leave the type. I forgot to put the type somewhere. So shared types, we did explanation, flex to string. Ah, okay. So typed there. That will help us too, because we'll know that we're so the typed is like a binding, essentially, one of these things, right? So we just said that we're looking at is, okay, so let's do it again. Typed JST of A. Okay, great. So now down here, if I'm hovering around, the loc we're looking at is typed person. So type JST, the location for person is still line 13, column 161 minus 157, 4. So what we're looking for is the position. Okay, so the pause that I I know why it's not working. I know why it's not working, because the pause that I have for autocomplete is the position of the cursor. And when hovering, the cursor is actually over the source, the thing, the original symbol. And so that's why we can get a loc from that. When I'm autocompleting, the cursor is not in the right place. So the question is, can I get the original definition for the symbol that I'm trying to autocomplete? Oh, can I get? Yeah, I think I can. I think I can get a location for that. So let's go uncomment all. All right, let's comment out all of these things that I had going on here, because I think that I think I've proved, I understand now that these are working. The check pause and location for pause. That's loc for pause. Lock for pause, whatever we want to call it. Okay, so inside of here, we have a type. We have a TYP, right? And I want to know, can I get the location for this? So this is an abstract, right? And can I get the file location of it? So it's an abstract of none, which isn't very helpful, but that's just the kind, right? So contents, type.contents, we have a name, and maybe we should look at the name loc. Okay, so let's go into the references file that we have here. And I think we have a loc to, that's a, okay, we want a location, not, we want to be able to do like location to string, essentially. Location, loc string. So if we copy out this comment right here, then we can go to like utils and string show location. Check that out. That's sweet. That'll show us the start and the end location, loc start, loc end. It'll give us the line number. Oh, great. Yes, that is exactly what we want. So here we're gonna say log.log AAA location for completer or something like that, and it's %s. And the string that we're going to hand it in is the type.contents name utils.loc or show location, sorry. Log.log format.sprintf. There we go. Wait. Name. The field name does not belong on shared types. Contents? It says it's a loc. Type.contents. typ.contents. See, contents has a kind, right? Contents has, contents is of type T. So it's type.name, basically. Okay. What's wrong now? What's the difference between a location.loc and a location.t? So show location will print a location.t. What is a location.loc? Well, maybe we'll look at the extent loc and the scope loc instead. Extent loc. All right. Extent loc equals that. Okay. So restart again. Come on, you got it. You got this. It's taking a bit. There we go. We got it. All right. Extent loc. It's not what I was hoping for. The extent loc is 1, -1 to 1, -1. That's not helpful at all. Not even in the slightest. Okay. So what are the contents then? Let's say like let a of type int equal type dot contents. And what is this? Okay, so type.contents is a shared types.type.t. So if we go over to shared types type.t has a stamp, has a name, has a TYP, and has a type location. Let's go with that. Let's do that. Oh no, that's an attribute. Show kind type. It has a flexible declaration on it. And okay, so a flexible declaration has a declaration to string and has a declaration kind. And if it's a simple type dot declaration of path.t or migrate attributes unit gives you parse tree attributes. It has a kind, okay. And the kind if it's an abstract, okay, so this is going to be an abstract of none, right? And that's not very helpful because it doesn't give us, we know it's an abstract of none. That's what we already have. A record has a list of attributes. T kind. How do we get this in the first place? Params. Hey, the params have a location. It's a list of flexible type location, and the flexible type is just a in the end. That's not very helpful. Boy, we are deep in here, aren't we? All right. So type.contents. Contents is what we just looked at. And the type itself is a shared types dot declared, which has a name, an extent loc, a scope loc. Maybe we should look at the scope loc. A stamp. Oh, it has a stamp. I think there's a way to get something from a stamp too. Okay, so let's look at the scope loc. Because the thing I'm not figuring out yet is, first of all, where do we get this TYP? What is that? What's that all about? Local modules, token parts. We determine completion from multiple, normal, attribute. And then this switch is on this TYP, which comes from belt.list.reduce. So this reduce goes over the rest. Env TYP. Let opt env TYP equals current. Switch type contents kind, abstract, some, abstract, none here, none, record attributes. Wow. Hover.dig constructor, path. Dig constructor. What does a dig constructor give us? An env and a TYP. Because I feel like that dig constructor is going to be what we want. Let's look at the scoped loc and maybe maybe the doc string. Let's look at the scoped loc and the see if we could do something with a stamp. Okay, so let's do down here. Well, hello. Let's see. I'm not hearing you, Anthony, if you're talking. Scoped loc is what we wanted. Okay, so let's extent loc. Not happening. Scoped loc. Why doesn't that work? Oh, scope loc, singular. Scope loc. Let's try that. Wow, the scope loc is the same too. Bummer. Oh, bummer. Okay. So this TYP up top. What is rest? What does rest come from? First rest. Switch target. Oh, yeah. That's right. So rest comes from, it's like if we have a list. Oh yeah, this is like the module and the suffix. Okay, so that is going to be what we want right there. And rest, well, rest is a list of string. So it goes over a list of strings, and then it gets this name string. And so env type is current. Where does it use name? It tries to get attributes. Found adder, record attributes. What's it switching over? typ.contents.kind. And this typ comes from the dig constructor, I guess. I think. Yeah, that would make sense to me. Okay. So we've got a typ somewhere. Env get module path. We've got a path too, I think. typ declared name, extent loc, scope loc, stamp, deprecated, module path, exported, contents, doc string. I think something's telling me that the stamp is gonna be helpful. If we go to env, isn't it called env? Search query stamp. Find in scope. Pause name stamps. If you give it a position, a string, and then a bunch of shared types, it'll give you back the one that matches the position and the name. But I think there's a stamp thing in here. Resolve from stamps. Resolve from stamps will give you back what? I really wish I could see the rest of that hint right there. But I can fake it by going like this and then getting a type error. And it's like, hey, oh, it wants an option of something. Oh, great. Option of int. And then that's going to be like, hey, that's not an option of int because it wants a tuple of AB. Okay. So I'm going to say a tuple of int. Now what? It wants a tuple of int string. Okay, that's not working. String. Wow, string. That's exactly what it passes back. Is a tuple of string. What? What's it resolving? Wait, this is a puzzle, isn't it? Resolve from path, tip name, env name, and the env. No, it's just that these aren't typed properly. I can't discover the type. Okay, so it's gonna return a query env and then a string, I guess. Because tip, I think tip contains, yeah, a shared types.path. Tip contains a string. So it's going to return, oh, great, an option of query env string, which doesn't happen to be very helpful, I don't think. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the loc. I'm trying to find the loc for the variable definition. And maybe that's where we leave it tonight. Okay. So here's what we found out. We've got the type there. We've discovered that with the pause, we can find the actual loc, like shared types.loc we need. As long as the pause matches the location of the definition of the variable. But the pause we have in the autocomplete does not have the position of the variable we're referencing. Now, I feel like, well, yeah, okay. Somehow we got to be able to find that, right? I mean, I think that inside of, okay. How do we find the position of the declaration of the variable, right? Because we can do that. I think we can do that in here. So like Gandalf, for example. Yeah, if we command click on it, we can go there. So what is that called? That's called go to definition, I think. So if we do handle message handlers and we say definition, maybe type definition, text document / definition. So we should be able to in here say log.log. I'm finding a definition just to make sure this is actually what we're doing. Save it, wait for it to recompile because it takes a hot minute. A really long time. It takes a long time. Why is it taking so long? That's taking way too long. Oh, what did we do wrong here? Query line 119. Oh, you know what? We didn't save our changes. Those weird changes that we did. Whoa, hey keyboard. Yeah, that's it right there. Oops, that's embarrassing. Save that. Yeah, okay, now we're good to go. Okay, so if I command click on this, I'm finding a definition. Okay, this is promising. This is promising. Let's see. Definition for pause. Definition for pause gives me back a string and a location.t. Now that's almost helpful. It's almost helpful because we'll have a location.t, but I think I need another pause, right? Oh, references. So there's check pause. Okay. There's a location for pause. Loc for locations. Extra. Okay, so if I pass in a location.t, I should be able to get a location out, right? Or a loc. Sorry, I wish that I understood the difference between those two. But if I pass in a location, I should be able to get back a loc. Oh, this is good. This is good. So we just need to get the definition then. Definition for pause. This is what we need to call right here, I think. Oof, this is pretty rough though. Definition for pause. But I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Okay. New completions. Yes. Okay. So here, let definition location equals references dot location for, or definition from definition for pause. And the first thing we gotta do is pass in the paths for module. Do we have that in here? Is there any kind of way we can get that? All modules. Oy. So what is paths for module? Package.paths for module. So we have a package, get package.uri. So I kind of wonder, maybe we should pass in like to this function, maybe we should pass in the definition. No, that wouldn't work because not everything has a definition, right? So paths for module. Do we have a package in here? Yeah, we do. So package paths for module. Okay, that's helpful. And file and extra. File equals file. Extra equals, we've got extra in here. What was it? Full.extra. In fact, I think that it's full.file as well. Yeah. Okay, great. What's next? File, extra, get URI. Ooh, that's challenging. Okay, what is that in the other file references? get URI. State.file for URI state package. File for URI state package. Right? Oh, yeah, package is supposed to be a tilde. Okay. Get module. Oh, same thing. State.file for module, state package. State.file for module, state package. And the last thing I think is the pause. And then when we pass in this is not going to be that. This is going to be let loc equals references dot loc for location extra was full dot extra and the definition location. Okay, what are our compiler errors here? What happened up here? Syntax error. No, that can't be right. It's got to be down here somewhere. Definition for pause. Oh, paths for module. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Full dot file. Oh, there's some autocomplete stuff there. Okay, pause. Get module equals that, I think. Oh, we don't have state. Come on. How are we going to do this without state? Format selection. Boom. Okay, so we need state somewhere, and state comes from, if we look at message handlers, state comes from basically the handler. So if we don't have it in here, we need it in here. I think that's an acceptable thing to ask to be passed in to this. All modules, pause, token parts. I wonder where completions.get is called. All modules, get module, raw opens, package, full, use standard lib. I don't think any of these have a state on them. So state, and then the compiler is going to break because it's going to say, hey, you need to call this somewhere, and hopefully it's only in one place. Oh, that's interesting. So loc for location should be a plural. Okay. So now tell me easy what I'm doing wrong. New completions, line 650. This expression. Oh yeah, that's right. Definition location is going to be like, boom, that, I think. Oh, what happened? It was an option. It was an option. So can I say like let %try? I think I can do let %opt here. Yeah, that should be okay. So switch loc. That's an option of shared types.loc. So let switch loc none some. Oh no, we're okay. That was okay. So this is what we're going with. I think it's some loc. Whew. We can actually extract that too, but let's do it later. Okay, so easy is not compiling. because message handlers line, this is good. 129 GG. That's not what I expected at all. Message handlers, characters 33. Util.dedupe items. Yeah, items need state. Okay. So I think state is available. Is it? Oh, that compiled. That compiled. Did you see that? So what am I looking at here? Let's see what my logs are doing now. New completions. Okay, look for pause. So here. Oh, we got it. So we're not getting to, we got it, it looks like. Found it, looking for Gandalf. Probably the issue is up here we used the let opt, unfortunately. Betting it doesn't even make it here. So the scope loc we see, but the definition location is not being found, I'm guessing. Ooh, no. Because we're not even going to get past here. Log.log. Hey, I made it past, right? What's going to happen? No, it didn't work. Poop. Oh, please excuse me. That was probably inappropriate. So why can't it find the definition for the location? That's what I'm curious about. Oh, maybe I need to do pause. Maybe this is where I need to adjust the pause. Yeah, I bet you that's it. So pause first, pause second, -2. Cross your fingers. Found it? That's not what I was thinking. Okie doke. Well, log.log format.sprintf adjusting to pause and what int or dd %dd. This is where we'd say boop 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 boo. Okay, I got to throw some A's in there. Can't forget those A's. Anybody talking in Discord? Oh, Anthony had to do work. I do too. Okay, so it's adjusting to 15, 14, and we're at 17 right now. So 17, 16, 15, interesting. So I wonder if going back 2 is too many. What if I need to just go back 1? -1, -1. Just trying it out, huh? $15.15. So it's going to line 15, column 15. Still not working, obviously. I wonder why this didn't work. Definition for position, full file, full extra. File for URI, file for module. Why would it work in the case where I'm clicking and not in the case where I'm navigating? Well, here's a test. So if I'm right here and I say definition, right? Go to definition. Oh, really? It couldn't find a definition for Gandalf. It can't find a definition. Probably because of is the compiler not working? Or is it because it's Gandalf ##? Now that is really interesting. Oh, okay. So go to definition doesn't work with the ## there. Why would that be? It's trying to find a definition, right? Go to definition. No definition found for Gandalf. Okay. So that's actually an interesting bug in itself. So if we go to, okay, so definition for pause, okay, right? So what does it do? It gets the loc for pause. Maybe log. I wonder what maybe log does. Definition for loc. So first it gets the loc for the position, and then it gets the definition for that. So it's like the loc for the position isn't anything at all, right? Log.log. I got a loc for pause. Now, if that doesn't show up, getting loc for pause. If that doesn't show up, that means that it can't find the loc for our current position. And that's probably because of the parser or something, I'm guessing. Because we do want this to be identified as a loc, I think. Yeah, it's not found. It's not found. So here we are again. All right, okay. So the issue here is that in the extra, when it's going through all the locs, this does not count as a loc because it's not, I don't think it's syntactically valid. So we can't get a loc for our position. Okay. Why can't we get a loc for our position? Loc for locations? Because up here we have a loc, I think. Don't we? Now we have a type. Well, my brain is melting now. Okay, we found the position. We now know how to get the position of the definition. The problem is that the LSP doesn't parse Gandalf ## as a loc. but it does parse Gandalf as a loc. Maybe because the compiler can't compile Gandalf hash. How does the record do it with dot? Is there anything else we could do to make this work? Basically, the definition for pause first gets a loc for the pause, and that relies on extra, and extra comes from the full. And where does full come from? Full is file extra, and where does extra come from? Let's try extra. Get best definitions. URI state package. State.last definitions. URI. If there's a previous good version, use that. Otherwise, use the current version. So interesting. What are last definitions? They're shared types full. How do those even get built, right? And also, do we have one in memory? Because I feel like Gandalf should exist in there, right? And so if there's a compiler error, maybe it's because, I mean, maybe we should still be able to get the data we need because the old data is bad, but the new data is there. I'm sorry, the old data is still good. So if it says Gandalf and then we put in a hash, I mean, that can't compile, but the old stuff should still be there, right? So get best definitions. Try extra, get compilation result, right? Try extra. As you type dot get result. P, let percent try P equals P. That's a util.r result. As you type dot get result. Shared types full. Get result. So it's running refumped. I feel like we should still have a definition in here. So I kind of wonder with our extra in here, like maybe we could log out this extra. Internal references, external references, and opens. And what is it going to go through when it gets the extra? What does definitions look through? References, rather. Loc for position, right? Extra. It goes through extra.locations, which we thought we had on there. Okay, so I kind of want to just, when we call this, I want to see if we can do something with that. Extra.locations, right? And that's going to be a tuple of location and loc. So let's say log.log AAA. Here are all locations or locs. And it's %s. And then we'll say, or plus plus. And then we'll say locations, or rather, extra dot locations list dot map location boop boop. And this is actually a location. This is not a location. This is a location, and a loc. And then we'll say JS or JS list dot join list dot concat what combine, what is it, list dot string dot, no, I don't remember now. Yeah, string dot concat, there we go. String dot concat comma. Okay, so this says that given a location and a loc. Okay, we're gonna return a string here. So this is gonna be format dot sprintf location equals %s and loc equals %s. And I believe that we have stuff for both of those. So utils dot show location no location dot t. Hey, utils dot show location and shared types dot loc dot t to string loc. And what's the problem? It has a list of string and it wanted to type string. String dot concat. There we go. Okay, now let's see what happens here. Here are all the locs. Oh, we should definitely put some new lines in there, huh? In fact, let's just do that right now. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so here are all the locs in the file. 4.9 to 4.12. That's age. Okay. 3.9 or 3.13 to 3.19 is surname. 1.17 to 5.1. Oh, that's really interesting. So 1.17 to 5.1 is a loc, and that is JST of A. Okay, so that's the person obj. And then we get int string person. The thing we're really looking for is something on line 16. And it doesn't even have one. Wow. How does that work? So if I'm on line, does it have a loc on line 15 for a record? It doesn't. There's no record on line 15. So we're in a little bit of a situation here because Sean obviously knows how to find the fields for its type. Gandalf can't, but neither of these count as a loc to the parser. Now it should. I should have a line 15 in here now. Yep, right there. Top level module JS log. 7 through 11. Yep. Like JS log type A to unit. So these are valid locks. So now it can parse that line. But as soon as I throw in a dot, boom, it's gone. I can't actually command click on that anymore either, which is interesting because the compiler can't compile the file or the line, I guess. So how do we know with a record how to get its field types? Maybe that's exactly it. Maybe a record always has a type. But I mean, how do we know when we're typing Sean, how do we know what its definition is? How does the code know when we hover over Sean that this is the instantiation right here and that this has that type? That's something we need to figure out. So instead of new completions, the code where that happens for Sean is in record right here. We have the attributes here inside of record already. Oh, it's late enough that I'm not even able to go to the right file, right? Type is record, attributes are string and int. So completion, yep, we did the type, it's a record, and the attributes are string and int. So the kind of the type content kind knows what type it is. When we're doing it with the JS object, the only thing it knows about the type is that it's a js.t of A. It doesn't know the whole parameterization of A, unfortunately. But how does the type system should know it? Because the type system can check it. But the type system can't actually check it when it's syntactically invalid, which putting 2 hashes on does, but also putting a dot on does. So why does, when you have a dot at the end, why does having a dot on the end not stop us from knowing what the type is in the case of a record? So how do we find that out? Query, record labels, let's forget attribute. Let's see. Body, abstract, record, variant, a simple type. Used sources. I think I'm looking to see where we kind of build up that record. Because when we get a type.kind, we're going to be getting a record out. And it looks like the CMT is going to give us a record with labels. Now the T-type abstract, sometimes it's got guts in it, otherwise it doesn't. Look, to do dig, hey, to do dig. Log.log AAA. We've got an abstract type here with no body. Okay, let's try that out. Is it going to recompile? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Found it. Gandalf. Here are all the lokes. Completing for string, Gandalf, hash, hash. Here are the lokes. Let me get the locations. Token parts, completion items. Looking for Gandalf. Found it. Gandalf type is abstract. So whatever we just did, it didn't log anything that I thought it would. AAA, we've got an abstract type here. Abstract of none. T-type abstract. So this is for type declaration. Let's see. Is there anywhere else that uses abstract of none? Ooh, process CMT, to do dig. Those are for signature type item, for type declaration, for signature type item, for type declaration. What are all these different files? Are these all different versions of OCaml? Abstract, none here. See, this is the branch we're getting to right here. I think some of these are duplicated. But where's the one that I just modified? It was in process CMT, I thought. Yeah. So this is in 406. Wow. Base 402, 407, and 406. So I wonder if, oh, it's just about time to be done here. 402, 407. 406 is the only one I modified. So let's see. CMT for base. Base. Process CMT 402. Oops. Oops. Whoops. So many whoopses here. No, wait. That's interesting. Abstract, none. Four oh six. 406. That's CMT, process CMT 406. That's the one. Okay, so we got to replace those 3 lines every time. So process CMT in base. Boop. Base 402 CMT. Four oh two, 406 CMT, or actually process CMT 406, 406. We got to figure out which one we're running on here. And CMT 407. Okay, so one of these should be it. Easy. Oops, easy. Can I let my wife know I'm wrapping up? Test completions. Line 34. Think that we can still do this. Look at that. We've got an abstract type here with no body, 402. So I think that's probably my compiler version. So let's go to process CMT line 402. Okay, so this is really interesting. Type manifest, some type constructor, abstract, some map old path, make flexible type. So that's, it looks like that we should just do what Jared said here and dig in. Here we should dig in and get fields from the abstract type. Maybe even return a JS, like an obj type. So this is where we were working. Process CMT line 402. So let's go to our notes.md. Let's put that in source or here. We left off finding that there was a to-do in process cmt.4. 402. This is the code that's taking the type information and should be responsible for returning fields, we think. So I think we should be able to come back later and dig into that a little bit and see where it goes.